Here, and Oksana and Efisia. How y'all doing this morning?
Good, thanks.
Cool, absolutely cool. Well, I'm
Well,
very happy.
I do want to thank the military before we start because uh, if you watch the 20 January 20th, 2017 is when the military turned around and left. If you go back and watch that inauguration, so this is actually in a couple hours. It's going to be 5 year anniversary of our great military and our white hats. So I want to shout out to them and thank all of them for what they're doing because I know what they're doing. And I tell you what, until somebody brought that to my attention, and it was actually negative 48, which everybody hates for some dumb reason. They don't even know who the hell he is. Uh, he brought it up. And when I went and watched that inauguration, I'm like, holy smokes, the military's been doing this for 5 years. Oh my God. Why didn't we see this? Why didn't we know this? We wasn't paying attention. That's why. But anyway, let's do some positive things here. Um, Ephesia's got some tricks up her sleeve here. She wants to. We're going to look at the energy or the atmosphere per se
Mhm.
in the world. Do you want to start like in
Yeah.
the United States, or you guys have a
Okay.
preference?
Uh, First, I can say that the good news is probably everybody knows that in UK now is soon will be free of mask wearing mask, and basically the pandemic will be an endemic. So will be basically, I think we are one of the most probably free countries in the world that they declare the end of the pandemic. Yes.
Amazing,
So
right?
no mandatory
Yeah,
jobs, nothing. We are free. So
that's
cool. Good
amazing.
news. And then yes, I can start with you guys, and then with me. We can start always with the energy that you have in your own body, and this is in the beginning of the session. Then at the end of the session of this episode, we can check if your energy was raising up. And then we can check the energy of the world, if there is any particular country, USA, or cities, that they need a look. We can have a look with the energy, and then the world, obviously, because I think we're starting to see changes. I think this is a good news that I'm giving to you guys, because if we are the first that starts, there probably will be other countries that we're going to follow. So yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I didn't figure the UK would like do this first. To be honest with you, uh, that
Yeah.
tells us a lot, actually, don't it?
yeah, it's amazing. I'm very happy. Okay, we start with you, David. The percentage of your energy today. I have 70%. You feel a bit tired, maybe? Just a little bit.
I feel
Sleepy.
pretty good. Uh, I feel pretty good. I don't feel any negativity or nothing like
No,
that.
not
I
negative.
just
I mean, the body, but it's normal,
Yeah.
especially when, and because during the day when we are active, we even go out or we eat, we drink water, whatever, food, then the energy comes up. This is normal, because even when you sleep, because when you are traveling, you spend energy. So, but that's good. 70% is very good. So now we check Oksana.
I should check Dave what he's been doing last night and his energy body, where
Yeah, he
he's
was
been going.
traveling.
I know where I was
He
going.
was probably was in UK.
probably.
Yeah.
I know I've been in Africa a lot too.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, you go in zigzag motion and all over the place. That's what I just saw. Ding, 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 ding.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I can't concentrate on one thing. I never could in my life. So I
I know.
do multi things.
Huh.
The
Well,
white hearts beating in every place in the world.
Yeah.
and I should straight to the space area. So you're zigzagging down here. I'm up there. And Efisia.
Check Oksana now. Take a long deep breathing. Even if you guys not breathing, but it's the same, we can take now Oksana energy.
And Efisia is on the mountain reflecting on something. That's what I see for her.
Wow. You are 90.
Oh my.
But except it's minus 11 Celsius right now. It's freezing.
Wow, 90%. I mean, because you already are okay, you're just you probably are, you're already up, you know, ready, you're flying. I check mine, like, oh, 20. Let's see.
You know, just so people understand, right? When we talk about vibration, that's why some people measure it in the sessions and say what the percentage is. But anytime you want higher, you can raise it higher just by your thought, just by wanting to make it higher. You know, the same thing. Like you can add strands of DNA if you wanted to, because we really can do that stuff. We are really, you know, the ones who create. And once we can even create our own implants. If you believe that you've been implanted last night and somebody attacked you, you would create that. Absolutely.
Yeah, we most of even of the sickness, in time we create the sickness, we want to be sick. I mean, when we are not okay, oh, I think I got the flu, and then next you got the flu, or you are, or anyway, you react like you're having a flu, you know, energetically.
Yeah.
So basically, I
Let me
am
check.
between 80 and 90. I check. So then at the end of this session, we check if we reach the goal is to reach 100. Yeah. So
Let's do
Countries and
United States and then the UK.
the energy in the UK.
Yeah, let's do it first.
yeah, let's
Okay.
do countries like that.
So
Maybe because people are really
And the reason she can't show this is because she's got a background in there. And when she tries to hold the paper up, it doesn't work right.
yes, yes. I'm using this chart here, and with the pendulum, basically it goes, but weighs 100. It's unbelievable. This is why
Wow.
my sleep is again. You know, I was talking about, because sometimes even if because I work nights, because I cover the, you know, the different time, you know, because I speak always with the countries like USA, Canada, New Zealand, Australia. But still, like, so I can manage to sleep, you know, after all. But in this, even in the when I'm off, I can sleep in the night. So I just focus, I meditate, sleeping in the fun. But these days, you can tell the energy is quite is crazy. It's crazy. So sometimes you can feel. Sometimes I need only 3 hours sleep, and I feel good. Yesterday I sleep before I did a reading. I sleep like, honestly, I'm not joking, 3 hours. Then I went to bed around midnight as I wake up around 4 o'clock. So, and this is, I feel good. So, okay, it's very, so guys, if you want to come for holidays, you can go to Stone Age, London, you know, to the well. We can, we can recharge.
What
Any
about
other
the United
country?
States?
United States. Okay. Because we can do even as a classific here, because that we can understand in which even the country they can follow probably. Okay, let's say United States, how much the percentage of energy is now.
ironic is everybody would to escape from England, and now, you know, a lot of people went to Mexico from England.
Wow, 19%. That's good.
Wow.
It's very good. I think the USA can be the next.
Yeah, we'll do Australia too. Uh, what I was gonna say, like doing this, if you did this and then did a group meditation to where you sent that particular spot energy, in a sense, you would prove what we're
Definitely.
really doing here.
Now is
I
the
thought
is the
go ahead.
right time to really to go actually to find just a spot everywhere, because the
Yeah,
energy around here is quite. Oh, today's even sunny day, was a bit foggy, but still have this beautiful light that is like silver, it's amazing. And yes, I mean the weather is a bit cold, and obviously I couldn't go anywhere, but I'm planning to go to my, I was speaking with my cousin, going and we're going to, I know some places, but they're very, energetic, because always I feel good every time I go there. And yes, I would like to find a spot and create something and meditate in there. It's possible even to go to self-trance. Hmm.
huh. So you ready for the next one?
Yeah, is any other countries, Oksana, that you can suggest?
Did you say Australia?
We're going
Yeah,
to Australia.
New
Okay.
Zealand that too, because they're kind of behind.
Hmm.
You're cutting out real bad for some reason, Oksana.
Okay.
And,
You might want to turn your volume down or something.
it's very low though already.
Huh, that sounds better.
Usually I don't have problems, but only when we all three of us get together. It's interesting, isn't it?
It's
Yeah,
between 50-60%.
and that was Australia.
Yeah.
New Zealand, maybe.
We'll do New Zealand next year.
I have a few clients from there, and
Okay, New Zealand. Let's say New Zealand. Beautiful New Zealand. Okay. Fifty. 50%.
Yeah, I believe that. What did you get on Africa?
Mm-hmm. All the continent, yeah?
Yeah,
Okay. What's the percentage in Africa? Energy. Wow. 100.
interesting. That means a lot of stuff's been cleaned up, like we said.
In fact, um, we don't have big lot of news from Africa, If you guys notice, even in the news, they always speak like when they speak about Africa, there's always more articles. You have to really to go and check and to find and
Yeah,
to Google it. But all this death, all this massacre that's of the pandemic is I don't hear from them. They're cool. They are probably having some issues, but not like, because they're poor, they can't afford the syrup. So this is why they're safe, basically. Sometimes it's good to be poor because you can't afford to buy the poison.
all
So
right. Got a good one for you here. We're going to specifically do Space Force. So I want to say I can't say a lot here, but I've communicated with them in the astral world, and it's I don't know. It's probably been about a month back. I didn't tell anybody, but I will say it was very interesting, and I didn't leave that conversation disappointed. I can say that with Space Force, it was
so
very enlightening.
you want to see the energy of the Space Force.
Yeah,
Okay.
the whole branch of Space Force.
Okay, let's see here.
While if you're doing this, I wanted to mention actually I had a session with one person who's also an SSP, and he also sees going to the domes like this on the huge platforms in space, and even saw Trump and some other leaders going there too, coming up with plan to improve the situation and get faster to the outcome that we already have. It's positive.
That kind of goes along with what I didn't want to say. Yeah.
Yeah, I felt you were. But he got very excited when I mentioned in the session because we were both in hypnosis, and I mentioned about the dose. Oh yeah, I go there all the time, and I see Trump there and others.
Wow.
Yeah. So a lot of
All right,
positive.
Efisia, what'd you get?
100%, and it was rising even, was even going.
Yeah. Let's do
What's
specifically the Army branch compared to the Space Force.
Okay, the Pacific
Army.
Army. Okay. $100.
Really? Wow, that surprised me. I guess we can do all of the United States military as a whole just to see what all the branches come together as a
Okay, we can
collective.
check all together. Okay, let's see.
January is like a breakthrough month, as we predicted before. Remember the Jadic Revolution.
I have again I have 90%, which is, I think is a lot. This 10% is rising, okay, but obviously, you know, there are certainly areas like we mentioned before, Pacific, and they have more energy that can even gives to balance all the rest of the territory.
Is there any other country military that you guys like think are significant? Maybe maybe the UK military.
Ukraine, whatever, but I don't think they're gonna do it.
No, that's a good idea. Let's do Ukraine.
Okay.
Yeah, because we know that's all psyop.
Great.
Yeah. But they do have the troops all over. I mean, they show it.
Oh yeah.
Like a
Yeah,
movie.
they're pretty good about that.
Let's get scared all together.
Yeah.
I have 70%.
Yeah. What about Russia?
Russia.
And then China, we can go with China last next.
Protected.
Fun.
Went bang. Top, the top. More than 100 is even more. It was going even, you know.
Yeah.
They're very charged, very strong. Let's see China.
Absolutely.
Okay.
They pull all the forces, all the resources from the former Soviet Union, all these parts.
There's still people that think Putin's a bad guy. He's the one that gave the soccer ball to Trump. I mean, come on.
Didn't expect that, but 90%.
The ball's in your court, Mr. President. That's when he gave him that soccer ball. I mean, come on. You can't make it up. Well, that ain't bad though. For China, I know they still got some CCP and some bad stuff going on.
Probably because there is a battlefield already energetically. There is a battlefield. This is why they can be weak.
Yeah.
Be very weak because now is basically one of the strongest.
Yeah.
Financially, and that is lot. It's like a meeting of all the beings, all the entities they meet there, where they can eat more. I mean, they have the food anyway there. I mean, but the food, I mean, people, yeah, energies. But also there is a strategy. I feel like there is like a hexagonal, like a table that they sit, with all the insectoids, reptiloids, all of the beings that they are discussing, like it's a big market, a marketplace,
Yeah.
but not the, I mean, I don't want to be the typical stereotype because it's cheap, but I can hear loud screamings, like when they say two, three, one, this is two, this is mine, I can offer you more. It's like, what do you think, Oksana? A lot of noise.
Yeah, when you talk about China, every time I see like a big fence, it's almost like a prison fence around. It's very heavy energy, really, kind of like feel it in my chest. And, the people there are just very much in fear all the time and watched. And they test everything on them first. That's what comes to me all the time. All the technologies, how to track people down, all the stuff. So it's not easy for them. There's a
So
lot
does
of
this mean this
there.
10% that to be 100% of energy is already is food for them? They achieve 10% of energy, this thing, or is the opposite 90% of energy but not very good energy?
What I feel like they're gonna do something there. They're gonna restructure this huge concentration camp. It has to be broken down into pieces and then the restructure. That the whole infrastructure and everything has to change and has
Where's
to
that at?
rule it. No, we're talking about China, right?
Mhm.
Okay.
I
I just
feel
want to make
like
sure.
they treat people as marionettes, as puppets. I mean, they do whatever they want, whenever they want with them.
Yeah.
And they just have to listen to them. And that's why there's no much expression going on
I, I,
together.
I got a I got a good question. I'm not sure how to ask it, so let me. So I want to say, like, the whole population in the whole world, what percentage of the whole population is the good off-worlders? Let's just say the white hats. How can we ask that question?
I very strong souls at 20%. If you talk about 100, who really came, I'm talking about mm, people like Mr. T and all the other ones.
Yes.
We're really holding it like the circle, they're holding the hands and holding the space for others to come and join and expand it.
Yeah.
The other ones joining, yeah, but you always have to show by example. You cannot change the people, how people think, what they perceive, how they perceive, and what their consciousness level is, but you can show by example, and it's really contagious. And look what
Yeah.
one person can do. What?
What did you get?
Like people like us, people that still believe in a beautiful world, positive world, that's because we have to believe that, because the world is just, let's say, this world is amazing. So we are 40%.
What did you say?
40%.
Wow.
These are big slice. I mean, obviously in this 40%, we can have the 20%, like Oksana says, of the people that are in the first line,
Yeah.
that really give their life. They expose it. They take, the beatings from police. They go to, they're accused because they try to be stopped. They go to the prisons, and or they just disappear, or they have strange accidents. I mean, this is the 20% is I call the real pure souls, that that I think they have a very massive experience, because only the old soul, they are ready to give their life for, you know,
Yeah,
for
that
a,
makes
for a
sense.
positive, and for the justice, and for the freedom, and to be brothers and sisters, like we're supposed to be. So yeah. And there is another 10% that is the people that the followers feel is the followers. Yeah.
Yeah.
10% is followers that they follow. They can be a army group, like they can be always they talking behind the stage. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm laughing because my dog jumped in my screen there.
Dog said,
He's a mess. He wants to know what the hell we're doing.
very serious. Yeah, because all the souls came by, you can call them by generations, in waves, like Dolores Cannon used to say, with generations. And they all, I see like people like those who really make a difference. They're very protected and they know about it very well. So there's about programs, knowledge, the connection to the soul, and that the DNA's different structure can really influence it much. From that comes their ability to believe in themselves. From that belief comes your own protection. Look how they truly believe in what they're doing, and that's what we all have to see, apply to ourselves, because the minute you believe in your abilities and in your own energy, and how you can go through anything and nothing will affect you ever, that's what the power comes from. And you have to be confident in that ability. You don't have to,
Yeah.
because that's the magic of it. Because the minute we believe in ourselves and believe in what we think we create, that's when the magic starts happening in your life, and it shows you, hey, you created this and that because you thought of it and you trusted yourself, your intuition here and there, and you believed in your ability to create these beautiful things for yourself and others. And it spreads. That's what that's what we are all doing, basically, because look,
Yeah.
we
Wizards.
channels and start talking about what we feel. There's there's nothing special about it. Anybody can do that. But some people are just afraid and they have this fear mode in them. I'm afraid of showing my face. I'm afraid what people would say. And then if you're like Mr. T, he pretends he's a clown, but he's the wisest man. You know? So there should be no fear attached to anything. Just do what you feel is right for you to do. And that's how you stay truthful to yourself.
That's a fact.
Yeah, I think is what you say is spotless, Oksana. And you say yes, I think when we remove even these words that we use all the time, in our daily life. Oh, I'm afraid to. Oh, this I fear. My fear is my fear. This is a spell. So guys, don't use these words. I'm afraid. For what? I'm preoccupied. Preoccupied. This is means something that is not even real now. You are calling and creating and making yourself preoccupied, because and then it's occupied. So something that is before. Okay, we are contacting. Yeah, we are booking the preoccupation, the worry, the fear. We book and then we receive, like a post, like Amazon. So if we are capable to create all these negative thoughts and that happens, why we don't switch to the positive? Okay, and then we can remove these words prejudice, because the prejudice is another creation. The prejudice is when people criticizing you for your background, where you come from, if you like this kind of singer, because you are a vegan, because you are short, because if you have this prejudice, obviously, this is meaning we don't use our, power. We don't use our magic. because these words, this stuff is like we have rocks inside, yeah, and they'll make us heavy, so we can't fly. Make even our body heavy because we are full of this heavy stuff in our body, in our mind, in our energy. So when you're starting to remove all this, I call crap, so we are very, very light and we can fly. Honestly, this is one day I was so energetic, I was so happy. I think because I did a session, I went in town. I think I just saw myself. I was in town center. I said, "Wow, I'm not very, tall." Usually people are taking the piece of me because I'm very slow. Come on, Efisia, come on, but more fast, more fast. But at the day I felt super fast because I was really happy and I was very, very felt super positive. And and I can see I wish to be all every day like that. And I'm removing lot energetically.
I got one more great question. It's a kind of comedy one, okay?
Okay.
What's the percentage rate of the fake Biden administration?
32.
So do you want to check the percentage or what?
Yeah,
What is
the
the
percentage of energy
of the
of
energy of this
the
the map?
fake Biden. Yeah,
Okay.
we got to throw some laughs in there. I can't even watch it. I can't even watch that guy on TV. I don't care who he
Can you
is.
take 100% out of it? I came up with 28-32. 32 came up first. But I also get that it's not even an administration.
I
It's
know.
like percent of
10%.
people in the street really tending to
10%. 10.
Really? There you go,
Because
people. Just I
because
had to
it's
throw that one in there.
because it's empty. Um, these toys, the one you have to click, click, they can move in quickly like that. So
Yeah.
when it and then when it finish, you have all constantly to charge, yeah. So,
That's what reptilians do on the
yeah,
ground. Charge them up, plug in, go.
because it's empty, it doesn't need to think. It doesn't need it because that is just it's just a little robot, a little toy that moves. He has, he has already the program
Oh
for
my
the
God.
day, actually the gaffs of the days.
We overdid it on that one.
What's happened about he made a big mistake about Ukraine? It's possible.
Yeah.
What it was the gaff? I think
Oh my.
Don't watch
I
the
read them.
circus.
Okay. Do you want to follow up with Oksana and myself now then? Or do you have any other questions, Oksana?
No. I mean, it was perfect. I don't
Yeah.
have questions. It's pretty clear right now, the picture, right? Where we're
Right.
going.
I
Very
think
clear.
I have to ask the percentage of the party behind, the one they are, moving and taping, because obviously, I mean, I can tell that, I feel sorry even, because it's just used. I feel like it's sedated. It's not real.
Yeah, it's like, because it is not real. It's just a cartoon that everybody's watching. It's pre-recorded too.
Yeah. Oh my. I can't
What
wait
is
for
the
the credits to come out on this.
Yeah, it's definitely it's just I know sometimes I remember this movie Avatar. Yeah.
Yeah.
They have this different but this is a different avatar. Instead of beautiful, tall and blue, they are brown, stinky, and small.
Clowns in America.
Well,
So who do you want to start with then, Efisia?
start with Dave, the pendulum. Do you want to check on his energy?
Mhm. Okay, close your eyes, take a long deep breathing, and now follow my voice because I'm going to you to check your energy percentage. Okay, all right. Wow, bang, 100. You made it. Tuck.
Well, I want to say
Amazing.
something about that. So normally when we start a video, the topic comes to me because my energy was down a little bit. I didn't know what the hell the topic was going to be. I had no idea. So that's just a little proof in the pudding for you. If your energy is not
Yeah,
where it needs to be, yeah.
I think we charge each other. I feel we it's like we are a big what can I say, antenna with this. It becomes to get to send the waves wherever we come from. I can feel because even me, I feel more charged right now.
Oh, I feel it too. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Well, the triangle.
Triangle because you can use it for negative or positive, and it used to be used for positive only, and then the negative species took over that idea and started using it for negative purposes. But that's the way we charge each other and we send it out. And also, I feel like it's more genuine to do it spontaneously, right?
Yeah.
Triangle.
That's a
Yeah.
triangle that Junior did when he was, a young man. And Trump did it a lot too, actually. He still does it. That's F the Illuminati signal. But anyway,
But everything that we think or told is Illuminati is actually the opposite. Remember, everything here is the. Even my kids started telling me, "Mama, but everything is the opposite, isn't it?" They came up with it by themselves. They just observed.
right.
Because right now,
That's smart.
you know, and they have more time. They're not in school. They have more time to observe reality.
Right. That homeschooling's kicking ass, ain't it? Really?
Right? They're like everything
Wow.
they say or for us to believe is the opposite, right? Bingo. Maybe I wanted to for them to understand it by themselves because I always want everybody to get to the conclusion by themselves. That's the only way to really get it through and fixate it inside forever.
I got a question with that, Oksana, while we're on that. How do you think your kids, because they're different ages and stuff, how are they going to react when they find out half these so-called movie stars, men and women, are inverted at birth, sex? How do you think they're gonna?
Yeah, they don't. We don't turn on. My husband watches the news, but we don't turn on the TV during the day. He only watches them when they're asleep at night.
Yeah,
And they read. My 11-year-old reads books. She's like a super book reader, book a day easily.
yeah,
um, Plays with stuffed animals, and she does what a normal child at 11-year-old has to do. And I know as I go on Facebook with all the kids who used to be in her class before they started and we started homeschooling, they already in that mode of boyfriends and all that. It's totally different, as if they were 5 years older or 10. They're
right.
different. She looks like a child. She plays with her stuffed animals. And they're kind of, my kids are all about the role playing and you are the bunny, you're the wolf, this and that. Or they're not, they're different. She's from that elf planet. That's her first life here, and it makes a huge difference. She
Right.
views the world differently. She's not like others at all.
Yeah, it may not affect them at all. You're thinking because they're not really in that world per se, right?
Right, we're there in a separate reality,
Right.
100%. All they want is to be in nature and observe animals, and that's all they want to do.
Yeah, yeah,
Interested in materialistic stuff either. It's just that they like some, animals to play with or some Legos to build, but other than that, they can care less.
yeah. I guess it's going to affect adults more that are 30 or 40 years old. That's followed uh, one of these inverted things. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Just you want to do Oksana's?
Yes, before to do Oksana, check in the energy of the children in the world.
Good idea.
Wow, 80%. I was a bit
Wow.
worried because especially what's happening many countries that they are forcing the children to be poisoned. So I was a bit concerned, because even I see, but this number here is very, very positive. Still, the children, the purity, because they're genuine. I feel that even whatever will going to happen, there will be a solution for the children.
How many of children, if you can get a percentage, are those who are fully protected from any substance? Because there was a wave of children, like I saw a beam of light coming to Earth, with all the souls zooming in the light. They're like transported in the light, like through the portal. And I saw no matter what you do to them to mutate their DNA, there's no way you can do any of this. You cannot infuse any AI into them either.
30%.
Yeah, because they're going to be the ones, the moving force, the new generation, let's say, right? On this new place, original.
I check your energy now, Oksana. Close your eyes, take a long deep breathing. Okay. Now check your energy. Oops. 100.
Like this, right?
It was like, it did one night. It did like 80, 90, then bang. I don't know, for some reason, my pendulum felt so heavy and stopped there. I was like, wow.
Whoa.
You moved, Roxana. You was there with me.
Oh, yeah, I
You
was.
moved.
I was
What?
thinking about 110%, kind of funny, it's like a joke.
Oh, but it was like, I felt like it was
Yeah, point
going down. Somebody like was pulling,
yeah.
About
I
me.
was my energetic hand and moved it.
Yeah, me too. I mean, I knew it even before using the pen that we was already charged. I think we was charged after the 10 minutes. We was talking after the when I did the first time, maybe even 5 minutes. And we charged each other. Like these cartoons, like they touch the hands, you can see this big, like the Japanese, what is they call manga.
And
Uh,
everybody can prove all of this to yourselves, just like we just
yeah.
did.
But when you find people that resonates with you, I notice the energy become honestly it's so powerful. This is why many healers, many spiritual healers like us was very well because the people has to resonate with us, has to give their own authorization, and they give your energy, and you give your energy to them. It's like a big, massive. It become like a ball, big, 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 and not only the healer helps the person that is not well, but even the healers is recharged because it is the energy of the person that is healing. It gives even more energy to the person that is healing. So it's like giving and receiving.
Yeah,
So
that's always an exchange equal. Because, that's why you have to be careful whom you go to for healing. Because if that person is not clean, the energy exchange, you can get contaminated by that person's energy.
In fact, it's important after I always do. I was reading this book of this guy, very talented that do bioenergy, which is works with the hands. The energy can move even objects, even the people can move when you focus. You have to do basically do this movement to clean up and moving the even the feet to take off and connect it. Now every dirt that uh, obviously I absorb it to help that person and now is going.
It's gone.
I want to move it.
But you can make up your own technique as a creator being. Always remember, you can just clap, clap, clap 10 times.
Absolutely. Yeah, clapping, moving the hands, moving the hair, because even the hairs are, like a ventosa.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you visualize yourself.
Your energies, you're not clean.
And then you move your dreadlocks. And I mean, even if you think energetically, I think it works. But even the body, if it moves, or you're stretching,
Yes.
or you're moving your head,
Yeah.
countercloak, and especially but that helps.
Exactly.
Well, I appreciate the video, ladies. I think we need it. That's a good spot to end it right there, right?
Me too. Yeah.
Yeah. And yes, it's amazing. I would like just to say something funny about Muppets. I don't know if you remember this Italian minister Berlusconi, the Bunga Bunga, the guy that likes girls.
Berlusconi, Draghi.
He has this. It's basically he went to in the 90s. He was a president, of Italy, first minister, basically the premier. And now basically he's applying to be the president of the republic, because in Italy we have ministers, and then the president of the republic that gives always the last yes or no for a new law, or to create a new government. He is the one that has power, but not like a premier, but is the one that always do honor, important meetings in the world, like the royal family, when they go everywhere, but deep down they don't have a lot of power. They're just going for just, and this is what the president in Italy does. So Berlusconi is applying to be that figure, that he was in prison, and I mean he was condemned for fraud, for mafia and stuff. And now this guy is applying, and it's amazing. It's amazing that a person like that they even allowed to apply. It's like Jack the Ripper is applying to be, in this woman's refugee against violence, against abuse. you say, oh, okay, maybe Jack the Ripper can be our next director. So it's just bizarre, basically, the idea. So I mean, it's funny, but it's not funny at all, because it's if I know if I check the pendulum to Italy, it's like never mind. And I find out one thing before we leave. He has a house in Sardinia, very luxury villa in it's North Sardinia, which all the millionaires they go there. You should think in this we call Porto Cervo, just a glass of water there in a normal bar is like 12 euros, just a glass of water. Imagine. So he find out a spot, he find out archaeological site near his villa, okay? Look how clever this guy is. And basically, he created, he cut off basically he took every electronic devices around his house and in this near in the site, because near a very sacred site which has a lot of energy, which we create portals. If you have mobiles, everything device that is electronic, antennas, basically is still the energy, the natural energy of the portals. Yeah, it's very important that you guys know. Even it's possible, it's important to switch off the mobiles or wherever if you go into that sites, because electronic devices it can basically take off the energy. So this guy, there was basically all the antennas, he took off. Apparently, because we talk about reptilians or reptiloids, yeah, he's going always there to charge himself. Probably he flies as well in astral, because there is a massive portal. This is what I find out the other day about the importance of how the people use these portals, because even these kind of people, they are aware of these sites and they can use, with their way. So we know how they communicate with their people.
Still unsure what to do.
That was a massive new for me. I wanted you to let you know because it was a massive new. That is amazing. Doesn't make even sense. He has this from the 90s, and this guy should be rotten in prison. He's still doing whatever he wants, corrupting everybody, and now he's applying for president of the Republica, which is, but even the idea to apply was wrong. So somebody was in prison that is not ethical. It doesn't make a nice figure for Italy. So actually, before we leave, we'll say goodbye. Let's see how's the energy of Italy right now.
Well, it's the whole idea about them living by portals. There is a reason why, because they can escape on time. Now, this reality is going to shut down, close like a box. So they know about it. That's why they're living until the very last second, but then they're going to be gone.
Exactly. And this is why it's like a double blade, because these beautiful portals, and they are used even from these people. And I'm wondering if they can change the energy of these portals.
We can't with our mind. That's what we're going to do. We're going to use everything they've been using and taken away from us to begin with with good purposes of the good of humanity. So whoever's going to be on that timeline going to be using it.
Yeah,
What did you get?
Positive. Thank you.
Ciao ciao a tutti.
All right.
Bye bye.
Bye bye. Y'all have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.